Welcome back everyone, this is GTA Failer. In the last video we wrapped up Vigilante here on Staunton and now we're making our way back over to Portland via a mega jump. So we have tackled 3 of the 4 long vehicle missions. We did Firefighter and we did Paramedic and then we did Vigilante. And so the 4th one is the subject of this video and the next video in this series, and that's called Taxi Driver. These 4 missions together are sometimes called the R3 missions because that's the button that you use when you're playing this game on PS2 is you push the R3 button to start any of those missions. R3 is the right joystick and then push that button inside. Okay, so I made a save that you just saw right there, and that save location is where we're going to start the next video for my official attempt at completing Taxi. But here there was a big cut and a jump, and now I'm making a different save, and I'm just showing you this fixed taxi right over here in St. Mark's. So to do the taxi missions, you're welcome to grab this fixed taxi or just take any of the taxis or cabbies from the wild. They are quite common. The basic idea is you get into a taxi or a cabbie, and then you push the mission start button and you pick up the passenger and you're given a destination. In this case, ammunition in red light, and there's a little pink blip on the radar, and then when we get close to this destination we'll see a familiar looking blue cylinder, and that's where we drop off the patient. There is a time limit. You can see 25 seconds remaining here. The time you're given is based on how far you are when you pick up the patient from the final destination. And if you take a look at the number in blue, the fares just went up by 1. It is now 1 fare complete. And then we pick up the next person with the arrow over the head, and again they're marked on the little mini map as well. In this case we're going to the import-export garage in Portland Harbor, and we drop this person off and we rinse and repeat. And in order to complete Taxi Driver, this long mission, you need to drop off 100 fares. You need to complete 100 fares. Now, mercifully, you don't need to do them consecutively. So you can do 2 here and 5 there and 1 and 1 and 1. As long as you cumulatively get up to 100 fares, you're done. You can do them all on Portland or all Staunton or all Shoreside, or you can mix and match. 20 here, 20 there, 40 there. All good. If you kill one of the upcoming passengers, doesn't make any difference. Somebody else will spawn and you can pick them up. I'm going to show you ways to end Taxi. So you can see the clock is ticking. I'm going to hit the mission end button and it just ends. And then I'll start Taxi again and show you another way where the Taxi Driver mission will end. And that's going to be me getting out of the taxi. So you'll see the countdown timer there. And then I'm just going to get out and note that there is no grace period. As soon as you get out of the taxi, the mission ends. Different from Vigilante, where you have 60 seconds to get back into a police vehicle and continue Vigilante. Okay, I've shown you the basics of Taxi Driver. Now we're going to show you some of the, I'm going to show you another fail state, and then we're going to show you some glitches. So first, the cabbie is the rounded yellow vehicle. It's going to be coming up here on our left-hand side. It's that one at the traffic light. Either one is fine. Oh, we got like 3 in a row here. Tic-taxi-toe. So taxi cabbie doesn't make a difference. You can mix and match, do 40 in the taxi and 60 in the cabbie. Doesn't matter, just 100 altogether. So the fail state that we're kind of fast forwarding you through here is the time running out fail state. So you can see the clock ticking down to 0. So when time runs out, there's no big penalty. It just ends the taxi, and then you can just start it again. So really no stress. It's not possible to like fail taxi, like to get to a place where you can't complete it. You just have to do 100 in any number of ways. Okay, so the next fail state I'm going to show you is scaring your passenger. And I think that they get scared and run away when the cabbie and taxi gets too damaged while they're in the vehicle. And so here we have exceeded the damage level. Your passenger fled in terror. And now I will go to the next pickup and show you that they will refuse to get in because we're too damaged. Your car is trashed. So you can repair your taxi in the pay and spray, no problem. It's not like the emergency vehicles, which the pay and spray would not accept. So here I'm going to run out of time, but in any event, if your taxi is too damaged, you can just repair it at the pay and spray or just steal another taxi. They are plentiful. Okay, and so now I'm going to pick up another passenger and then show you that you can go into the pay and spray during taxi, and taxi will just continue. But I noticed an oddity here. Look at the last four digits of my dollar amount there in blue, 8,422. So it's supposed to cost $1,000 every pay and spray, and the last pay and spray, just a few seconds ago in this video, cost $1,000. But here it says the respray is complimentary, which it took me a few seconds to realize that that's what it said because I wasn't expecting it to say that. And to this day, I still don't know why it said that. There is a mission where there's a complimentary respray where you have to take a vehicle, a specific vehicle, and get it resprayed and then bring it somewhere. But that's not this mission. And so I didn't know why we got that message. And here's another complimentary spray, right? Like I'm still at 8,422. So I'm going to fast forward through me just going in and out. Like I'm sorry that I left this in the video, but if somebody understands why this happened, let me know. So then I let him out. I ended taxi and then I went back in and still free. I don't get it. There's something magical about this particular taxi where I can just respray it and not spend the money. So then I said, okay, what if I get into an Esperanto? Is this going to cost me $1,000, which it should? And it does. So I don't know what was going on, but some kind of glitch. And speaking of glitches, there's going to be a lot of them coming in this video. So here's the first one. I'm going to get into taxi. I'm going to hold down simultaneously the look backwards button, which is caps lock, and the mission start button, which is num lock. I'm still holding both of them, which is why we're kind of walking backwards here. And I'm going to push the F button to get in. And once I'm in, I'm going to release both of those buttons simultaneously. And just like that, I have started taxi driver in the Esperanto. And I can go pick up this patient. It's not patient, not doing paramedic. I can pick up the passenger and take them to their destination and get credit for the fare and get the cash for the fare. And it's so weird. So the fact is you can do taxi in any vehicle. Just have to have an actual taxi nearby where you start the thing and then do what we did. Where you hold down both the mission start button and the look backwards button until you're in the other vehicle. So now I'm going to cancel taxi and this person gets out, and now I'm going to push the mission start button again and nothing happens. This Esperanto is no longer special or glitched in any way. So you can only continue doing taxi in your glitched vehicle until you stop taxi on purpose or you fail taxi because you run out of time or whatever. Okay, and now I'm going to show you a little bit with the cabbie. That's this more rounded yellow vehicle here. As I said, it works just the same as the taxi, the more squarish one. I think I'm going to start one here and try to demonstrate a glitch, which I've never gotten to work, including in this attempt. But I read on the wiki that if somebody pulls you out of your taxi at the same time as a passenger gets in, then some glitched thing happens. And so I'm waiting for the owner of this taxi to get in and hoping it happens simultaneously. But now he's like near my door, but pacing, and he's not coming in. And now I'm going to end taxi, and then he just loses interest in the cab altogether. I don't get it. There's funny stuff happening there. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is another glitch related to taxi, and this particular glitch also has to do with police cars. So I had to reload to get this to work, so I lost that cabbie that we were in, but that's okay. And I need an open police car, and I think both of these are going to be locked, but I saw a police car up on the road over there, so we will yoink that one for science. I'm sure the officer will understand. And so what I'm going to attempt to do once I've got this police car and a taxi nearby is the same glitch where I do the taxi mission but in a police car. And this extra glitch, like a glitch within a glitch that we're about to do here, works for any of the police vehicles, like the Enforcer or the FBI car, the Rhino, I guess. I'm not sure. Okay, so we got two stars here, which is going to make this a little bit spicy, but we're doing the same thing we did before, holding the mission start button and the look backwards button, and then I'm going to get out of the taxi while still holding both of those buttons. I'm going to carefully walk the wrong way. Everything's mirror image. Once I'm firmly in here, I let go of both buttons simultaneously, and now we're doing taxi here. But if you're really astute, you will notice there are two people with arrows over their head, two markers of passengers to pick up on the map. Now, the first person, I was close enough that they should have started to get in, but they didn't. They had no interest in me. So they're kind of like the pretend one. And there's two destinations on the map, one of which was written on the screen and one of which was not. So the first destination is right here. And you can see there's no place to drop them off. So I think that that destination is the one that goes with the fake passenger, the one who didn't want to get into my vehicle. So we're going to lose one wanted star here just to make this a little bit easier. And now we're going to go to the second destination, which is the true destination. And take a look at the fares, currently at 0. And we hop in here, and now 2 fares complete. And this guy wants to go somewhere else, which is awesome. Now you'll notice there's another person here. We're going to try to pick them up, but they are fake. They're waving their arms, but they actually have no interest in a taxi ride from me. And now we're going to head to the real destination, but there's a fake destination on the map as well. But the real destination is always the one that's written on the bottom of the screen when the passenger first gets in. So you can kind of ignore the, the green dots, the destination dots. And now take a look at the fares, currently 2. And now 4. And this guy wants back in. Okay, so here we're going to try to give this guy a ride, and if he doesn't take it, there's going to be consequences. I warned him. And I'll also point out that typically when you kill a passenger to be, the arrow disappears, the marker on the map disappears, but in this case, nope, he still exists in memory as a passenger who wants to be picked up, but not really. Okay, so continuing down, trying to drop this person off, but I think I saw like another one of the fake passengers from a previous double. I guess this was the first guy that we did this kind of double duplication thing on, so he's dead, but still in memory as a passenger. So, so when you do this glitch, like the destinations stay in memory. Oh, I've got my sirens on because this is a really important taxi drop-off that we're doing here. The destinations stay, the glitched passengers stay. So you get these things on your map, which can kind of be confusing. Sure looks odd. Okay, so here, I let that guy go, and now we're going to run him over and see what happens. I didn't know if I was going to like fail taxi or whatever, but no, he got replaced. So this is the fake person. I think he doesn't have want anything to do with me, so I can't tolerate that snub. So then we get a replacement. He's there, but then we still have 2 living passengers, one of which is fake and won't get in, and one of which is the real one. So that's the end of the fake one. It's important, I think, to keep track and be organized. If you kill all the fake ones, then you'll know. Okay, so an interesting glitch that I only learned about while preparing to record this video. And frankly, this is the most fun thing for me in making this series. Like, I hope it's entertaining for some of you out there in YouTube land, and I hope it's informative, and I hope you're getting your GTA 3 fix if you were wanting more GTA 3 in your life. Let's see, we'll go from 6 to 8 here on the fares. But I am just really enjoying learning about this game that I've already got like 900 hours in. But every time I prepare to make one of these videos, I learn more stuff. It's so cool. Okay, we went from 8 fares to 10 there. Doing the taxi this way, like if I were speedrunning the game and not just making this video series, doing taxi this way would cut the time it takes to do taxi in half. Here I'm testing to see if we can take this glitched police car and get it paint sprayed, but the answer is no. Actually, I think it would more than cut the time in half, or cut it to like less than half the time it takes me currently, because there's like no delay between passengers. Like, you let them out and then they get right back in. Okay, so here I ended taxi by pushing the mission button. Now I'm trying to restart taxi by pushing the mission button, but I can't. This is now just an ordinary police car, and so pushing the mission button now just starts ordinary vigilante. Okay, so I think there's just one more glitch we're going to show you. So we're coming back here to this fixed taxi. You can use any taxi for this glitch here. So we're going to do the same standard begin taxi in a different vehicle that isn't a taxi. So we're going to hold down the 2 buttons here, carefully walk backwards. Everything, right is left, left is right. Just have to get close enough to this Kuruma to get credit. Then I'll let go of the 2 buttons and we start taxiing the Kuruma. So like, this is the same glitch we've seen now a couple of times. But here we're going to pick up a passenger and we're going to head all the way to the north here near the crusher. And we're going to block the door. It's important that the passenger got in the front passenger door. And we're going to block our door. And now I'm going to hold the look backwards button and get out. And now I'm going to wait for the car to get picked up, and I'm going to get back in. I'm going to kind of like, not teleport, but like glide up to the car. It's like 6 feet off the ground. And then I'm going to release the look back button once I'm back on the ground. So I'm no longer doing taxi, but this Kuruma is glitched in a different way. I don't know if you saw, we just went right through that fence and right through this fence and right through the ground. So this Karuma now has no hit detection. So the wheels have hit detection on solid ground, but the rest of the car does not. And so some of the objects that look solid have like weird hitboxes. So like that little wall that we just kind of glitched over, but these walls just drive right through as if they're not there. But if you drive like through a building, a lot of the buildings don't have floors, and so if you drive into one of those areas with no floors, you just fall down into blue hell, and then you get teleported. Okay, I am going to get out of this vehicle and then let the garage door close. Now, typically, as soon as you get out of this vehicle, you can't ever get back in. This particular no hit detection glitch. But if you put it in the garage, then you can get back in. And now I'm going to ram into this wall in front of me real fast, and I'm going to show no damage. So this vehicle is now, it has collision detection. I can run into everything, but I will take no damage from running into anything, which is kind of cool. But to be clear, it can take damage from bullets, and so I'm going to shoot this car until it catches fire. And then we're going to put out the fire because it's in a garage. But normally this vehicle would just explode and be done forever if it were anywhere other than a garage. So it can take damage. It takes all the regular damage from weapons. You can still roll it and flip it, but it is now damage proof in terms of collisions. Okay, so that's it for this video. We will start Taxi proper next time. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.